Hello and welcome once again to M&A Ambassadors Becoming the USP, the Ultimate Sales Professional. On the next few videos, I'd like to address how we should present solutions to clients in an effective manner. I've heard this from a lot of brokers. I've watched many of them actually doing presentations on sales centers and even sat and shadowed them in some of the presentations that they do with clients. And there is a need to give some guidelines so that you can make the presentations more effective. Now, after all, you've taken all that time, the hard work, the follow-throughs to finally get the clients to agree to come. You don't really want to lose them because the approach that you use in presenting the solution is not very effective. So over the next 3 or 4 videos, I'm going to address how to make an effective presentation. And before we get to the actual presentation, there are a few things that you need to keep in mind. Very, very important. Please do not ignore what I give you as tips over the next 2 to 3 videos. So the first thing is, don't present as a salesperson. Put yourself in the shoes of the buyer and the seller. If you were to buy a home, what would really be important for you? How would you like it presented to you? Ask yourself, how would you like a broker to present the community to me? Then put yourself into that position and look at it from the perspective of the buyer or the seller. They will see the difference because you will immediately stand out from most brokers in the market, and there's a very high probability they will come back to you. So keep the seller and the buyer in mind and present it from their perspective, not yours. The second thing, I'm referring to a few points because there's just so many things that I want to share with you on presenting. The second is inspire, don't inform. It is very easy to fall into the trap of looking at a tower or a community model and start explaining the features and the physicals in the community. That's information. I could probably get that from a brochure. There are interactive videos on all developer websites. So it's really not very exciting for me just to hear the information. I need the information, don't get me wrong. But present it in a manner where it will inspire people to want to live in that community. So don't just throw numbers, get people to associate with the community as a result of that kind of information. I shall be giving you examples of this later on when we come to the actual presentation techniques. Okay? So put yourself in the shoes of the buyer and the seller. Inspire rather than inform. Another reason why this is important, people forget information, but they'll always remember how you made them feel. So when people walk away, they may need some time to think. They're actually checking out a couple of other properties. They're not going to remember all the information that you gave them. I mean, think of yourself. The first time you went to a community, the first time ever, how much was you able to actually retain? But how you felt when you were there, you still carry that feeling with you. And it's the same with your clients. You understand the information because you presented 200 times. They're seeing it for the first time. And they're seeing it along with other options. So it's very easy to have the numbers confused, but they'll never confuse the feelings. They'll be absolutely clear about that. Now, the third tip I want to give you in this video is always include the dominant buying motive when you're presenting the solution. You see, communities have got many exciting features and they give great lifestyle opportunities. But what is the reason, the main reason this person is looking at buying in the community? That is called the dominant buying motive. And the dominant buying motive is always in the person, never in the product. So once you have identified that in the qualifying, which we have covered in previous videos, you have to make sure that everything that you present within the community or the tower or the unit must ensure that the dominant buying motive is also being presented. This is the one big thing that will influence the decision from their side. Fourth thing I'd like you to keep in mind is, let's say you're presenting a particular feature. The feature may be a unique one, but people don't buy the features. You have to be able to present why that feature is a benefit to this person. So features, advantages and benefits, we all understand this in selling, but very few people actually present benefits. So you should be looking at a benefit. For example, just taking a client for a view and telling them this is a pool, it's a nice lovely pool, is just a feature. A pool is just a feature. Then another example, double wall, you have double glazing on the glass, windows, ceiling to floor. That's just a feature. Now, what's the reason the person would like it is how does that make a difference to me? So, Ahmed, one of the reasons why families prefer our communities, particularly these kind of villas or apartments, is because we use double glazing for our windows. Now, what this means for you is during the summer, it will act as an insulator. That means your homes are cooler. It affects your Diva bills, and at the same time, it is an excellent soundproofing. The privacy of your home is not going to be disturbed because of car horns and noise on the streets. So that is how you take a feature and you present it as a benefit. I will continue in the next video. I'm just going to summarize these 4 points. Put yourself in the place of the buyer or the seller. Inspire, don't just inform. And always include the dominant buying motives. And when you're presenting at the unit or even in a show apartment, always present the benefits and not the features. I want to thank you for your time with us on this episode of M&A Ambassadors, Becoming the USP, the Ultimate Sales Professional.